1. Audi RS5 Sportback. Every line of the 2026 Audi RS5 Sportback oozes performance pedigree, starting with the deep, widened single-frame grille framed by sharper LED headlights that flick through laser high beam patterns with pinpoint precision, hinting at the power lurking beneath. That power plant is the familiar 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6, now married to a plug-in hybrid system that catapults total output well past 600 horsepower and injects electric torque for instant throttle response and 0 to 60 times, flirting with the sub-3-second barrier. The Sportback's muscular flared arches house optional forged alloy wheels wrapped in sticky performance rubber, while carbon fiber details on the front splitter, side skirts, and rear diffuser underscore Audi's commitment to lightweight strength and aerodynamic efficiency. Sliding into the cabin, you are greeted by RS-specific sport seats upholstered in a mix of Alcantara and suede, bolstered to hold you firmly through the tightest corner, and trimmed with subtle RS5 badging that reminds you this isn't just an A5 with attitude. Ahead of you, the next-generation virtual cockpit display offers a dedicated race mode layout that places boost pressure, hybrid system energy flow, and lap timer functions front and center, while the revamped MMI infotainment touchscreen integrates seamlessly with smartphone apps and over-the-air updates to keep graphics sharp and software current. Carbon fiber interior accents and contrast stitching trace the sweeping lines of the dash, creating an environment that feels as purposeful as it looks aggressive. The Sportback silhouette adds genuine utility, giving you roughly 22 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats and nearly 40 when they fold flat, ideal for weekend track gear or daily commute essentials. Beneath the chassis, Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system has been recalibrated to work in harmony with electronic differentials and the hybrid torque fill, sending grunt to whatever will needs it most for razor-sharp turn-in and unshakable traction. Adaptive dampers smooth out battered back roads or firm up instantly in dynamic or RS performance modes, sharpening body control so every drive feels both composed and exhilarating. Number 2. Honda Civic Hybrid. Underneath its subtly redesigned front fascia, the 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid Sport Touring hatchback carries forward the familiar smile grille, now framed by slimmer LED daytime running lights that flow into reshaped lower intakes, hinting at the car's renewed efficiency and athleticism. Beneath the hood, a 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder teams with a 2-motor hybrid system to produce a combined 200 horsepower, routed through a direct drive transmission that mimics an ECVT yet offers paddle-activated regeneration levels for stronger single-pedal control. Even without the launch technique, the Civic Hybrid sprints to 60 in under 7 seconds, with our own tests showing low 6-second runs when employing the brake torque launch method, making it one of the quickest entries in the compact hatch segment. Slide into the Sport Touring's cabin and you're greeted by an 11.1-inch touchscreen running Honda's latest infotainment software, where wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto seamlessly integrate with crisp graphics and speedy responses, while physical buttons for volume and climate controls ensure distraction-free adjustments. A 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster sits behind the leather-wrapped steering wheel, its configurable layouts displaying Reagan levels, eco-coaching, and drive mode feedback in high resolution. On the road, the Civic Hybrid's MacPherson strut front and multi-link rear suspension deliver a taut yet compliant ride, filtering out harsh impacts without dulling the chassis' crisp cornering manners. Steering feels direct and communicative, avoiding the numbness that often plagues hybrids, while the Sport Touring's 18-inch wheels and all-season performance tires strike the perfect balance between grip and comfort. Honda's Sensing Suite wraps the Civic in a safety net of collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control with low-speed follow, lane-keeping assistance, and blind spot alert, making even long commutes feel relaxed and confident. Number 3. Subaru Outback. Sliding behind the wheel of the 2026 Subaru Outback, the first thing you notice is that 2-inch taller roofline, which turns this familiar wagon profile into a genuine crossover presence without any awkward bulk. That extra headroom carries into the cabin, where Napa leather sport seats with heating, ventilation, and 2-button memory settings cradle you on winding coastal roads without any sliding around. Pushing the throttle, the revised Boxer engine's 260 horsepower feels eager, And the new Lineartronic CVT erases the droning of old by simulating precise shifts when you plant your foot for a passing maneuver. Toss the Outback into sport mode along Malibu's cliff-hugging curves and you feel the sharpened chassis respond instantly thanks to firmer dampers that balance composure with comfort. When you settle back into cruise, the CVT whispers at highway speeds, giving you the kind of serenity you expect in a luxury wagon. Out back, that taller roofline translates to nearly 35 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats, and folding them flat unveils more than 75 cubic feet, enough to swallow mountain bikes, surfboards, or stacks of camping gear without wrestling with odd angles. The Wilderness variant takes rugged to the next level with matte black cladding, copper accents, and knobby all-terrain tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels, plus half an inch of extra ground clearance that transforms shallow rock gardens into mere speed bumps. Inside the Wilderness, water-resistant StarTex upholstery and dedicated cargo loops mean you can chase remote streams or muddy trails without a second thought. Tech upgrades abound too. A crisp 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster can display terrain tilt angles or tidal charts, while the 12.1-inch Android Automotive touchscreen boots up in seconds and brings cloud-based navigation, voice assistant, and wireless mirroring into one seamless interface. Hidden gems like a damped, felt-lined glove box with its own downlight and a UV sensing screen dimmer show Subaru's eye for real-world solutions. Number 4. Tesla Model Y Juniper. The 2026 Tesla Model Y Juniper reshapes every expectation of what a compact electric SUV can be, starting with its razor-sharp front fascia where slender, recontoured LED headlights fuse seamlessly into a more aggressive lower bumper, hinting at the athletic prowess waiting behind the wheel. Aerodynamic sculpting isn't just for show. The reimagined mirror housings and underbody panels carve through air with a 0.22 drag coefficient, squeezing an extra 5% real-world range from the long-range model. Inside, Juniper's cabin welcomes you with wraparound ambient lighting that dances in sync with your music, casting the sculpted dash and doors in customizable hues. The perforated vegan leather seats borrow ventilated technology from Tesla's Highland lineup, offering 8-way power adjustment and heating and cooling for every passenger, while the rear seat touchscreen lets back row occupants tweak climate settings and media without tugging at the driver's attention. Every practical detail feels considered. Power-folding rear seats transform the cargo bay from 30 cubic feet to over 75 in a heartbeat. An underfloor compartment hides valuables, and the front gains a drain plug so you can ice down drinks for tailgates or beach days. On the powertrain front, the efficient rear-wheel drive model uses a CATL-supplied LFP battery for balanced city driving, while the long-range AWD variant couples a high-density NMC pack with dual motors for 444 horsepower and brisk, 4.3-second sprints to 62 miles per hour. DC fast charging remains blisteringly quick at 250 kilowatts, regaining 120 kilometers in 10 minutes. Safety and convenience reach new heights with radar-enhanced sensors that detect heartbeats in the cabin, a 360-degree camera system that adapts to off-road angles, and Autopilot's suite of automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise, and lane keeping that now flows more fluidly than ever. Every line, every feature of the Model Y Juniper feels like a step into Tesla's electric future, efficient, exhilarating, and unapologetically innovative. Number 5. Ford F-150. The 2026 Ford F-150 greets you with a bold new face where the grille stretches wider and the LED headlights slice through early morning fog, hinting at the strength waiting under the hood. Slip inside and you immediately feel the thoughtfulness of Ford's cockpit redesign. Big, knurled knobs fall under your fingertips even with gloves, and the sculpted dash places the 12-inch touchscreen just inches from the driver, backed by crystal-clear analog gauges that never force you to hunt for information. Under the hood, the legendary 5.0-liter V8 still growls with classic muscle, but the real revelation arrives in the hybrid power boost setup that marries a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 to a 47-horsepower electric motor, unleashing 430 horsepower and acting as an onboard generator capable of 7.2 kilowatts, enough to power a worksite or a tailgate party without breaking stride. On the road, the F150 suspension strikes an exquisite balance between comfort and control, as high-mass dampers smooth out potholes and optional adaptive springs firm up instantly when you select tow/haul mode. The hybrid's regenerative braking quietly tucks energy back into the battery pack, while direct, communicative steering makes the truck feel nimble around city corners or when threading a loaded trailer through a narrow gate. Out back, the new hybrid's Pro Power onboard system transforms the bed into a mobile workshop, delivering electricity to tools, lights, or even an RV without lifting a finger. And the split-hatch tailgate option means you can load heavy gear without clambering over the sidewalls. Technology remains a highlight as Sync 4's responsive interface brings wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a robust Wi-Fi hotspot to your fingertips, while Ford's Blue Cruise hands-free driving system takes the stress out of long highway commutes, blending seamlessly with adaptive cruise and lane centering to let you relax your grip without losing focus. In every detail, from its powerhouse hybrid drivetrain to its refined interior touches, the 2026 F-150 proves that America's best-selling truck continues to innovate without losing sight of what made it great in the first place. Number 6. Mercedes-AMG GLE. The 2026 Mercedes-AMG GLE prowls the road with an intensity that's impossible to ignore, its reshaped Panamericana grille stretching wide between quad-element LED headlights that slice through dusk like twin spotlights. Beneath the muscular hood, AMG's hand-built 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 teams with a beefed-up 48-volt EQ boost system to unleash roughly 630 horsepower and more than 650 pound-feet of torque, propelling this SUV from a standstill to triple-digit speeds in under 3.5 seconds. Every curve of the GLE's bodywork serves a purpose. Subtle creases above the flared wheel arches channel air around the optional 23-inch forged wheels, while extended side skirts and flush door handles reduce drag and visually lower the SUV's stance, giving it the poised look of a predator crouching for its next move. Carbon fiber details on the front splitter and rear diffuser hint at the available carbon package, while optional carbon ceramic brakes offer fade-free stopping power when you push the GLE to its limits. Slip inside and the MBUX Hyperscreen stretches almost wall-to-wall, its three seamlessly joined displays bathed in ambient lighting that shifts through dozens of colors to match your mood or drive mode. AMG-tuned sport seats and Nappa leather wrap you in perfect support, their bolsters tightening effortlessly when you switch into sport or race settings. Adaptive air suspension glides over rough pavement, yet firms up instantly to tame body roll when you hustle through bends, and a choice of drive modes calibrates throttle response, steering weight, and exhaust note for everything from serene cruising to full-on track assault. A suite of advanced driver assist systems watches every corner, blending radar-guided cruise control and lane centering with active brake assist to help you stay confident when the road gets unpredictable. In the 2026 AMG GLE, Mercedes-AMG has woven its high-revving V8 heritage, cutting-edge hybrid technology, and uncompromising luxury into a single, breathtaking package that redefines what a mid-size performance SUV can be. Number 7. Mazda CX-5. Under that sculpted hood, the 2026 Mazda CX-5 awakens with a new self-charging hybrid powertrain built around Mazda's forthcoming Skyactiv Z 4-cylinder engine, where a silent electric motor teams with the gasoline mill to unleash over 250 horsepower and deliver mid-30s mpg in everyday driving. On the road, the hybrid system's instant torque smoothing means every tip-in feels eager and linear, whether you're merging onto a busy highway or threading through winding canyon roads. And a mild hybrid variant promises an even sharper throttle response for drivers who still crave Mazda's famed zoom handling. From the driver's seat, the CX-5 feels confidently planted, its suspension soaking up urban potholes with ease while still offering enough communicative feedback through the steering rack to tackle backroad curves with poise. Glancing forward, your eyes settle on a bolder front end dominated by a larger square mesh grille that shifts Mazda's signature look into a more upright stance, flanked by slim, swept-back LED headlights that slice through dusk without glare. The profile stretches out in a longer, wider footprint, where rising belt lines meet pronounced wheel arches housing available 19-inch alloys. And at the rear, sleek roof-mounted spoiler caps, crisp LED taillights, and dual exhaust outlets seamlessly integrated into a sculpted bumper. Every surface flows into the next with just enough tension in the character lines to hint at the athleticism underneath. Inside, Mazda has raised the bar with a floating 12-inch touchscreen that blends seamlessly with genuine wood trim and soft-touch plastics, while a tactile rotary controller remains center stage for climate and multimedia functions when you'd rather keep your eyes on the road. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto load in without cables, and heated seats cradle occupants in both rows as rear passengers enjoy increased legroom, extra USB seat ports, and a redesigned center console offering clever storage cubbies. Ambient lighting washes the door panels in a warm glow, setting the mood whether you're embarking on a sunrise commute or an evening weekend adventure. In every detail, the 2026 CX-5 balances Mazda's refined craftsmanship with modern hybrid efficiency and the engaging driving dynamics that have made it a segment favorite. Number 8. Toyota Land Hopper. When you spot the 2026 Toyota Land Hopper, its bold front fascia instantly commands attention, the reshaped grille flanked by razor-sharp LED accents that slice through dawn mist on forest trails. From the flared wheel arches down to beefy skid plates, every line and angle hints at the rugged capability lurking beneath. Climbing inside reveals a surprisingly refined cockpit where durable synthetic leather seats, stitched in contrasting thread, embrace you with just the right blend of support and comfort, and the second and third rows fold flat at a single touch to unveil over 80 cubic feet of cargo room ready to swallow kayaks, coolers, or camping gear. Under the hood, Toyota's upgraded hybrid powertrain marries a turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder with an electric motor to produce a confident 300 horsepower while still sipping fuel economically, and purists can stick with the proven V6 that tows up to 5,000 pounds without breaking a sweat. Dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive spreads traction seamlessly between the wheels, whether you're navigating muddy trails or carving switchbacks, and selectable drive modes, from eco and comfort to mud and sand and rock. Dial in the perfect balance of throttle response, steering weight, and traction control. Tech comes into its own with a floating 12.3-inch touchscreen that supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, while cloud-based navigation keeps maps fresh without a dealership visit. A fully configurable digital instrument cluster puts off-road metrics like pitch, roll, and tire pressure front and center, and over-the-air software updates mean your Land Hopper only grows smarter over time. Off-road trims go further with a hydraulic body roll control system and an electronic locking rear differential as standard equipment, boosting ground clearance to 9.8 inches and optimizing approach and departure angles for steep ascents and descents. Toyota's latest Safety Sense suite watches every mile, blending enhanced automatic emergency braking, stop-and-go adaptive cruise control, infrared pedestrian detection, and a surround view camera system to keep adventures safe from the driveway to nowhere on the map. Number 9. Toyota Tacoma. The 2026 Toyota Tacoma steps into the spotlight with a sleeker interpretation of its rugged DNA. The front fascia now flowing into sculpted LED headlights that slice through mountain dawns as effortlessly as they carve suburban nightscapes. Beneath the smooth hood lies the familiar 2.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, still churning out a spirited 278 horsepower, while the upgraded iForce Max hybrid system delivers a quieter, more seamless electric boost that not only sharpens throttle response but nudges towing capacity to a solid 6,800 pounds when properly equipped. Center stage sits a 14-inch touchscreen that now navigates menus with near-instant fluidity, pairing faster wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connections with larger storage cubbies and a repositioned wireless charging pad that keeps your phone secure on bumpy forest roads. TRD Off-Road and TRD Pro variants return with multi-terrain select, crawl control, and beefed-up Fox shocks. But the 2026 Pro adds a new level of agility through a retuned suspension that grants extra wheel travel, while the Trail Mode interface lets you dial in traction, throttle mapping and shift patterns on the fly to match sand dunes, snowfields, or slick rock trails. Even on pavement, the Tacoma's wider stance and revised steering feel more confident than ever, filtering highway imperfections through tuned dampers that balance composure and ride comfort, while the hybrid's regenerative braking recovers energy with barely a whisper. Fuel economy holds steady in the low 20s mpg combined for the turbo engine and climbs into the high 20s for the hybrid, numbers that translate to fewer stops on cross-country adventures. With base SR models beginning just under $30,000 and fully loaded TRD Pro trucks landing in the low 50s, the 2026 Tacoma proves that you don't have to sacrifice capability for comfort or modern tech for legendary durability. In every curve, every detail, this Tacoma feels ready to conquer new trails and everyday tasks alike without losing the spirit that made it an icon. Number 10. BMW X6. The 2026 BMW X6 arrives with an athletic elegance that immediately sets it apart, as its sculpted flanks flow seamlessly into a reimagined signature kidney grille that's both bolder and more pronounced than ever before. That grille is flanked by slim, L-shaped LED headlights whose precise light signatures cut through cityscape glare or illuminate winding backroads with equal poise, while the coupe-style roofline tapers dramatically toward the rear, hinting at the dynamic capability lurking beneath the sheet metal. Under the hood, BMW is expected to build on its renowned 3.0-liter inline-six turbocharged engine, now augmented by an advanced mild hybrid system that lends instantaneous torque fills when you hit the throttle and smooths out low RPM off-the-line response, shaving tenths off the sprint to 60 miles per hour and promising sub-5-second acceleration in certain trims. Slide into the cabin and you're greeted by BMW's latest digital cockpit, where a sweeping high-resolution display integrates both the instrument cluster and central touchscreen into one seamless, driver-focused panel that feels like it was sculpted specifically for your fingertips. The redesigned iDrive interface flows intuitively between navigation, climate and media controls, and optional haptic feedback ensures you never have to take your eyes off the road. Premium materials abound, faux leather seats with contrast piping cradle occupants snugly on spirited drives, while meticulously crafted trim pieces and ambient lighting bathe the interior in a warm, upscale glow. Behind the wheel, adaptive dampers and an electronically controlled all-wheel drive system work in harmony to deliver a composed yet engaging ride, whether you're carving mountain passes or navigating urban traffic. Steering input is precise and well-weighted, giving you confidence at every turn, and the 8-speed automatic transmission shifts with a quickness that feels almost telepathic. BMW's suite of driver assist technologies also receives an upgrade, with improved radar and camera sensors that enhance adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and automatic emergency braking for seamless, secure journeys.